Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Team Toyota of Princeton to check out this brand new 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander XLE 4x4. The color here is called Blueprint. Now, we've seen the upper level trim Grand Highlander so far, Platinum, Limited, Hybrid Max. So I wanted to take a look at the base Grand Highlander trim and see, hey, you know what? Let's save some money. Can we go base trim and still get some amenities that we would like to have? Does it bring some value to this Grand Highlander lineup? So let's dig in. This video will be releasing on Thanksgiving Day, and I just wanted to take a break from reviewing the car to wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving. Spend the time with those whom you love. And I want to again thank you all for supporting the channel over this past year, and have a very happy Thanksgiving. All right, when we're looking at the front end of this Grand Highlander in the Blueprint, great color on this vehicle, I think. We have our LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps. We have standard bulbs for turn signals, Toyota badge on the center, functionality in the grille, top and bottom with gloss black right around the grille area where the license plate is. And then on the sides here, we have some nice vents, punch through for functional corner air curtains, which is nice, and then flat black down here to protect this gorgeous Blueprint metallic paint from scratches and whatnot. And I'll give you a close-up on this paint that's in the sun, and you can see all the different flakes in here, from blues to greens to different kind of colors. It just looks fantastic. But let me know what you think. I'm going to zoom into this paint, try to give you the idea with all of those flakes in that Blueprint paint. It just looks really good in the sun. All right, now when you go XLE all-wheel drive in the Grand Highlander, you're going to get an 18-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, all silver, Toyota badge on the center cap in black and silver, standard brake and rotor package. And then you're going to go ahead and get tires that are Goodyear Assurance Fuel Max all-season tires. 255 on the width, an enormous 65 series sidewall 18s, all four corners, four-wheel drive. Full side profile on this Grand Highlander XLE. The Blueprint paint looks fantastic. Silver wheels with that chrome trim along the bottom of the windows kind of goes. Might have been better to tone down the color of those wheels a little bit, but it is the base trim. Overall, a really good looking shape here on this Grand Highlander. Now, as we move in closer, we do have the flat black around the wheel wells and down the bottom of the doors. And then we have color matched side view mirror with LED turn signals, color matched on the front and the rear door handle. Fuel filler cap is on the left side of the vehicle. And then we have a roof spoiler coming off the top. And then we have a color matched roof with brushed aluminum roof rail, shark fin antenna, and no sunroof. Rear end of Grand Highlander. I would like to see them tuck this wiper up underneath here. We got plenty of room with this roof spoiler. Clean it up, protect this wiper from the elements in car washes. Toyota badge Grand Highlander spelled out in black on the back. XLE on the right, all-wheel drive on the left, flat black down here with LED turn signals and tail lights in here. And then we have a functional dual exhaust that's tucked up underneath the bumper. We are under the hood of this XLE Grand Highlander, and what are we looking at for a power plant? We have Toyota's 2.4-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 265 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque. This Grand Highlander can tow up to 5,000 pounds. MPGs, 21 in the city, 27 on the highway, 23 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get to the rest of the review, I did want to let you know that Team Toyota of Princeton is providing Shabby's Ride subscribers with special pricing on this Grand Highlander or any other Grand Highlander they may have on the lot for sale. To unlock that special pricing, you need to do three things. Number one, subscribe to the Shabby's Rides YouTube channel. Number two, call Team Toyota of Princeton at the number on the screen below. Give them the promo code to unlock that special pricing. Now, let's get back to the review. Before we get into the interior of this Grand Highlander, you've been harping on that this is the base trim and it could save you some money. So what is it going to save me? Well, here we go. Now the Grand Highlander in general, since it's the newest and it's bigger than the Highlander, the newest Toyota product on sale, it's not going to be cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but you got to remember the Hybrid Max we did was close to 60, Platinum trim was like 57, Limited trim was like 55, 56. So this one in relation is going to be a good bit less expensive. So here we go. MSRP base for the Grand Highlander XLE four-wheel drive is $44,670. Now this vehicle has a few options. We have to add in $358 for the all-weather floor mats and cargo tray, an extra $350 for the rear hatch cargo lamps, an extra $155 for the door edge guards, an extra $75 for the cargo net, and an extra $149 for the mud guards. We then have to add in destination and delivery of $1,395 from Toyota's Princeton, Indiana assembly plant, and we have a total MSRP for this vehicle from the factory of $47,152. That's a lot of money, but it's still a lot less than those upper level trims. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. There are the all-season mats in the vehicle right now. I do like the way that mat goes up the dead pedal to protect it from your feet and getting it all screwed up. So that's a good touch. Now, seating-wise, we have power seats with lumbar for the driver, a power seat without lumbar for the front passenger, and then we have black Softex, nice and simple, a little stitching in here. But overall, it's pretty much a base seat for a Grand Highlander, but it's comfortable and it looks pretty darn good. Door panels, they look pretty good. We got soft touch up top. We have this gray insert, brushed aluminum on the door handle, nice soft armrest with the Softex and the stitching, flat black on the switchgear. Down below, a pretty good sized door pocket, standard audio system in here. Up top, we got soft touch, an area here to store some things, but I wish it had a little rubber on the bottom so things wouldn't slide around. This is just plastic, so whatever you put in here is going to slide around. Look at that USB-C over there by the heat and air vent for the front passenger, which is a nice touch. And then down below here, we get a nice large glove box. And then we have a nice big screen here too in the base trim. We have Toyota's 12.3-inch multimedia system, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Now the nav that's built into here is subscription based, so you'll have to subscribe to a service to get the nav in the car, but I would imagine most people, like me, would just use the wireless CarPlay Android Auto for their nav. But you have your music, and you can Bluetooth your phone, play your music library. There's your phone Bluetooth right there. Then we got our climate controls right here, where we can sync them together, turn on our rear climate control, and we can set the temperature for the rear passengers, or they can do that themselves. Then you got some options you can go through, your Eco Heat and Cool, your windshield wiper de-icer, which can turn on here, or with physical knobs and switches on the dash. And then you can set up your driver profiles, Wi-Fi hotspot, and all that jazz. Really responsive touchscreen, nice and easy to use. We go to reverse, nice large backup camera with trajectory, nice and clear, liking that quite a bit. We can go back to park, and then we're good to go. Down below, there we go. There's our dual climate control with all of our switches to adjust things, including turning on the rear. We have 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger, but no heated steering wheel in here. I would have liked to have seen that, especially here in the Northeast. Here's your rear climate control on off right there. Now we have 2 heat and air vents, our 4-way hazards. Down below, we have our push button start. We have 2 more USB-Cs and a wireless charging pad. So I'm liking this more and more as I go through here. Here's the gear shift to go through this 8-speed automatic with the gator and the stitching looking good. Down further, electronic emergency brake, auto vehicle hold, engine auto stop start on off. We're going to rock with that off. Traction control off. Here's your drive modes. We'll take a look at those when we go through the dash. And then we have snow mode and hill descent control, and then 2 cup holders. And here's our Toyota key fob, lock, unlock, pop the tailgate, panic button, Toyota emblem, and it says, if you can see this on the back, obviously the other way, Grand Highlander. So they got you covered there. And now, look at this nice armrest. It's a little firm, but it's nice and big. And you slide this open, you have more area for storage and a 12-volt. Grand Highlander XLE steering wheel, nice leather wrap steering wheel with the black stitching, looks nice, a little brushed aluminum to lift it up, Toyota badge on the horn button, round bottom wheel, but I have no problem getting in and out of this vehicle. The passenger cabin in here and the driver's cockpit is very spacious. Flat black on your switchgear, telephone voice commands, controls for the digital portion of your dash, and your volume and whatnot are on the left. On the right, you got your adaptive cruise, modes for your infotainment system, seek for your music. So they got you covered there. No paddles. On the left here, you got your headlight controls. On the right, you got your front and rear wiper. Down below, you got your adaptive high beams. Pop the tailgate. Trip odometer is up there. We have a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So Toyota has you set there. And then we have for the most part, a digital dash. But the center part, which is a 7-inch screen, is where all the action's going to come in as far as being able to adjust things and look through things. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead, we'll put this into Eco with the Eco button. There you go, goes a little green. Then we'll go to Sport, goes a little red. We go to Mud and Sand. There you have it, adjusting your 4-wheel drive. And then we go to Rock and Dirt. And then we push the button in the middle to go back to normal, and you're all set. And then if you need snow, then you go right to snow mode. So they got you covered with all the modes. Not a lot of wild stuff going on in the dash, but that's okay. We're in an XLE. And then we can have additional information we can go through in the center screen. So you can have whatever you would like up on the screen as you're going down the road, no problem. Hit the home button, get back to the beginning. And then we can come back up here. I think we'll leave it on here right now, but overall it is a really easy system. You want to reset your average MPGs, there you go, just push the reset, okay to hold, and you're back to the beginning. So it's nice and simple, and I really like how this is set up in this base Grand Highlander. Overhead console, what we have here is a spot for your shades, which is mandatory of course. SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. This button here that says door remains pushed in. When you open the door, your dome lighting will come on, and it's LED, which is nice and base trim. And it dims out. Rear view mirror, standard rear view mirror, but we do have home link. So in case that's important to you, you got that here in this base Highlander, Grand Highlander, I should say. And then our sun visor with vanity and a light. And does it slide? Yes, it does. All right, we're going to get into the mid row of this Grand Highlander, and we're going to jump right in. Nice and easy to get in, no problem. Plenty of room for my head, knees, and shoulders at 5'11". Soft text all the way down, with pockets behind both front seats. And then back here, a bit of a command center. We got rear climate control, which is nice, 2 USB-Cs, and then right down below in the middle, a 12-volt. So they really got you covered here in this space trim with some nice mid-row action going on. And then the rear door panels, same as the front, no problem, looking nice, except that silver trim is missing. So a little different, but not bad. Nice soft armrest, and you have your security shades here in the XLE trim, which is a nice touch as well. Mid-row seating, same soft text, all black. Nice and comfortable though, looking good. And then our center armrest, super soft, 2 cup holders. So really nice place to be in the back of this Grand Highlander. All right, third row time, pretty easy. Here's the button on the mid-row chair, open it up. Now this is 8 passenger seating, so we don't have captain's chairs in the mid row. So you can get it 7 passenger seating or 8. This is the 8, and we get into row number 3. And actually, it's not bad. My knees are a little high, but I'm going to have enough room for my head and shoulders. I have USB-C action, 2 cup holders. I got heat and air vent back here and LED lighting so I can see. And now if I slide over behind the seat that's still up, as you can see, I got a good amount of room, good amount of headroom, and on the right side I can connect up with cup holders. So I could sit back here for a good while on a longer trip, maybe a couple hours, maybe 3 hours. That would be about it. I mean, a long 10-hour road trip, I don't know. But full-size adults will fit back here, and it feels really, really good. So I'm impressed with row number 3 in this XLE. All right, getting in the cargo area of this Grand Highlander, you can pop it from your key fob, or you can pop it from the dash, or you can come to the back and right underneath the Toyota badge, there's a button, hit it. Nice electric assist on the way up. more good value here in the space trim. Nice electric assist on the way down, so I'm loving that. And plenty of cargo space, third row up, 20.6 cubic feet of space, which is a good number. Here's your cargo net. That was an option that I really don't care about. And then underneath here, we got the Grand Highlander all-weather mat. And then underneath that, you have more storage. There is your jack. So thank you, Toyota, for that. Now, third row, easy peasy to get down, no problem. Just have to push that up, push them forward. The headrest will automatically go down as the seat moves downward. And now, if you're rocking with only the mid-row up, you got plenty of room here in this 8-passenger configuration for more storage. But unfortunately, Grand Highlander still has the old-fashioned way to get the mid-row seats down, which is a two-handed operation. They really need to have some pull levers in the back here on either side for those mid-row seats. Toyota, please consider doing that in this vehicle. But I'll be back with you in a minute to show you how to get those mid-row seats down. All right, mid-row seat fold flat demo. Now, we have a bunch of buttons over here, but these are the two most important ones. The first one here, lever number 1, is to allow your seat to slide back and forth. So that's a nice touch. But in order to get the seat back folded flat, we have to pull up lever number 2 and the lever on the back of the seat, and then it will fold flat like that. So this lever and this lever get pulled up together and the seat will fold flat. Just like a regular Highlander, that's how we're doing it in the Grand Highlander, and I'd like to see them change that. Make it at least a one operation with this one to flop it flat like a lot of brands do, or put levers in the back. But I'm going to do the other one off camera, and I'll meet you at the back of the vehicle. Now, with that mid-row down, you're looking at 97.5 cubic feet of space. Big number in the back of this Grand Highlander. Tall, boxy, plenty of tall items, long items can go in there. So that's a good use of space here in the back. All right, here's the Grand Highlander window sticker. We'll zoom on in. Fuel economy. Standard equipment, and then options on the right. Total vehicle MSRP. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're out on the road in this 24 Grand Highlander XLE. And first off, plenty of visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirrors, rear glass, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz is in this Grand Highlander, which is a good deal here on the XLE base trim. Now, base would be XLE two-wheel drive. This is the XLE all-wheel drive, so it's the same trim. It's just got all-wheel drive instead of two-wheel drive, in case you were curious. But I got some nice stuff in here for a base trim, because I got the bigger screen, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. I got USB-C connectivity all over the place in this vehicle, which is great. I got climate control up front and in the mid-row with wireless charging and drive modes, and a lot of drive modes at that. So I got a lot of nice stuff in this base Grand Highlander to enjoy. Now, it doesn't have everything, doesn't have the digital rear view mirror and all that fancy jazz, ventilated seats, because it is the base trim, but they're giving you a good amount of value here at just over $47,000. Again, it's expensive, but it's not nearly as expensive as what the upper level Grand Highlander trims cost for an internal combustion engine only Grand Highlander, because once you hit the hybrid variants, they're even more expensive than this. So this is about as low as you're going to get, unless you get rid of all your options that were on this car and just add destination and delivery. Then you're going to be high $46,000 range, I would say, mid to high $46,000 range on a ICE Grand Highlander. But it's a really good vehicle. Obviously, this is brand new for 2024. They've been out for a while now. They're selling like hotcakes still. And There's a few of these base models on Team Toyota's lot. They got in a whole bunch of them. But it is nice, and I would say, is it a value option? Well, when you're looking at the limited trim, low 50s, platinum trim, mid to high 50s, and then if you go hybrid max, you're looking at practically 60 grand in the platinum trim, maybe a little over that in the platinum trim for the hybrid max. This is value. So let me know what you think. I mean, it drives smoothly, it drives nicely, takes the bumps well. We got huge sidewalls on these tires, so obviously it's going to be comfortable in here. I have it in normal, so everything feels very, very soft. The steering is just fine. It's light and it's a little vague, but it's just fine for a big SUV. And the upside with this Grand Highlander is at 47 grand, you're getting a lot of cargo room, more cargo space than a Sequoia, and you're way underneath Sequoia money if you stay with the Toyota lineup. So that's a good deal as well. So it is a really nice spot to be in this Grand Highlander. I really, really like the Grand Highlander. Probably my favorite Toyota vehicle out right now, just because it's so practical, and even though it's a large vehicle, it doesn't feel really big when you drive it. But we're going to do an emergency stop in 3, 2, 1. No problem. Stops on a dime, and then we'll take off. Big wallow in the turn, but that's all right. It's not designed for that, but it drives smaller than it is, and that's what I really like about this. And for a modest bump up in price, if you go XLE Grand Highlander from the Toyota Highlander, you get a lot more room. So I really like that. The only thing I would want in this XLE that's not here is a heated steering wheel, being in the Northeast. Other than that, I think for base trim, it's looking pretty darn good. Now, of course, you usually don't see the XLE as a base trim on a typical Toyota. Usually the LE is, but this is the Grand Highlander, and the XLE is the bottom as far as base goes. Now, we have a 19.03 turning radius, so we'll see how that goes. Nobody's coming. And it whips right around. See, it just drives smaller than it is, because it is a big vehicle. This is a pretty solid turbo 4 engine. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. And the 8-speed just shifts really smoothly. The engine gets up to speed very easily. No problem at all. So no issues, getting out into traffic or anything like that. And it just drives really, really well. So I like this. I'm a fan of the Grand Highlander, full disclosure, but I don't own one. But I could see myself buying this XLE. I think it's good value for what you get in the vehicle. Really comfortable seats. So let me know what you think. Is this XLE Grand Highlander the kind of vibe you want to rock in the Grand Highlander, or do you need more amenities? Do you need more action, like a panoramic roof, ventilated seats, and all that jazz, and you need to go up higher, limited, platinum, or you want a hybrid one to get better gas mileage? Let me know in the comments about what you think about this Grand Highlander. Or would you go somewhere else with your hard-earned SUV money? Let me know that in the comments as well. But I would like to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander XLE all-wheel drive in blueprint for a review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.